What's up? You know what time it is. Frank Bay Live. Let's get to cooking. Right, cooking with hot grease. I know you want to hear about it. The Mexican War. Well, it really wasn't a war. It was more like a one-sided beatdown. All right, a one-sided beatdown. Manuel Navarrete gets the dub, stopping Sugar Nunez. A lot of people doubted Navarrete, right? He's not the most best-looking fighter out there, right? He kind of looks like skinny fat. Kind of looks like he change your oil. Eats a lot of tacos, drinks a lot of Coca-Cola. The strict Mexican diet. He can't help it, man. But it looks like this time, he comes with a trainer, a nutritionist. So it looks like he's serious about what he's doing, right? Manuel Navarrete came to win. And he showed up. Salute, Hawker Mustang. Salute. That's right. Hit the like. Lord Chilaquiles, boxing will never leave you. We're here. So the Mexicans, in the Mexican War, that's how it was sold. The all Mexican showdown. And it really wasn't much of a show, right? Emmanuel Navarrete came, seen, and he dominated, right? He came and dominated. This is Emmanuel Navarrete, unified champion now, right? He is a unified champion. That's what we're talking about. The names already: Usyk Foster, Raymond Ford, Stephen Fulton, Espinoza. But Emmanuel Navarrete is the man. He is the man right now. Love it or like it. Say he's not skilled. He's just a typical Mexican brawler. What do you guys think? Is Navarrete, is he good for business? Are you guys a fan? Did he prove to you that he's serious about the sport? Diaper Dandy, salute. Hawker, Foster is the weakest champion at 130. Yeah, Usyk Foster, he's had some lackluster. Danny Medina, BBC. Greetings, Chester, Chad. Okay, they're already started. Hit the like for me one time. We got to get those likes up. You know what I'm saying? But Emmanuel Navarrete is the man. He's the shot caller. Navarrete is one of a kind. Exactly. He's not going to wow you with his sweet science, man. What the Emmanuel Navarrete is not. It's not the sweet science. And what I mean by that is you're not going to see a lot of back foot bitching. It's not going to be Pernell Whitaker. It's not going to be Shakir Twitter sim. It's not going to be any of that. The guy, he just comes to fight. And it looks like he likes to fight. Emmanuel Navarrete likes to get down and dirty. He was throwing thudding shots. Anthony Casase is better than Foster. I agree. I've seen Casase, and he comes to fight. Is he Greek? He comes to fight. But you know what you're going to get with Navarrete, man. Navarrete is must-see TV. The question is, man, and I'm hearing the arguments. I'm going to throw Navarrete on my pound for pound. I mean, I'm not much of a pound for pound kind of guy. I think it's a little nerdy. It's a little hipster, because really, in my opinion, it's a popularity contest. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe, what do you guys think? Give me a one. Say something if you have Navarrete pound for pound. Because I'm going to say this. I said this before. Shout out Mr. BDA. Go like, subscribe. We did a podcast yesterday. And I said, you know what? I'm going to put Navarrete on my pound for pound. No? Wow. Hey, look, I get it. No, but he is a 3-weight division champion. He is. 3 weight divisions. He's unified right now. He went up to 135. He lost. They're saying he should rematch with Soares. He didn't look good. But you know what? You're only good as your last fight. Yes, he's pound for pound. So in boxing, you're as good as your last fight. And my argument for Navarrete is he's just must-see TV. I want a new pound for pound. I want a new who do you want to see on your TV pound for pound? How about that? Nobody cares about Rock'em Sock'em, robot style. We want the sweet science, man. Hey, man, to each his own, I get it. And you probably like girls that look like boys. Nothing on top, nothing on the bottom. Some people like stick figures. I get it. But Me, I like a little substance. I like a little badonkadonk. You know what I'm saying? But to each his own, man. Some people, they like bland stuff. They like popcorn with no salt. Some people are like that. We want actual talent. That Barenchik fight was ugly. Navarrete top 5 entertaining. Exactly. You know what I mean? I'm throwing out all the cliches with Frank Bay's boxing channel. I'm gonna throw out all the cliches. Sweet science, man. Most skills, more athletic. Navarrete. He doesn't fit the profile. He doesn't have a 12-pack. He doesn't have muscles all over the place. You know who did? Sugar Nunes. Black American boxers have no talent. I mean, look, man, we all judge based on what we like. Like I said, some people, if you're a man, some people like stick figures, That's just, some people like big girls. It's to each his own, right? We all have a palate. Me, I don't like mustard. I don't like ketchup. I'm kind of a plain guy, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to burgers and hot dogs and things like that. Y'all Mexicans have no great footwork. Salute my Kang. Salute Mars. More DC. Vaquero, top 10 pound for pound. Low key. 001. That's right. Look, man. If I have to make a pound for pound, I'm gonna put Navarrete in, and I'm gonna take Devin Haney out. It's as simple as that. What skills did Devin Haney show you? If you like boxing, right? What skills did he show you? Did he show you any a master class of boxing? Is that what you seen? I mean, all I seen was a lot of humping, a lot of grabbing, a lot of arm locking. I'm surprised he didn't kiss him on the neck, make out with them. That's how bad it was. But what I see with Emmanuel Navarrete was punching from every angle. I mean, the guy punches from off the ground. It's crazy. And he just put a beating on that guy. The guy had Nunes came out, tried to box, back foot, and he wasn't doing anything. The reach was just too much. Navarrete just kept landing punches on him. Most Black American boxers have terrible footwork while coming forward. We will get to that. As in Tamir Smalls, right? How about salute Abel Ramos getting the upset? Vaquero's exciting, goes for the stoppage. None of that let me win by points BS. Yeah, people didn't like the stoppage, but it was clear his eye was closed. You know what I'm saying? Most Black American boxers can't cut the ring off. Y'all Mexicans can't even cut off the ring. So we have a difference of opinion. Yeah, he probably Hall of Fame now, barely though. Well, it's just a conversation. Look, I'm not gonna say he's Hall of Fame, but I'm hearing the conversation. And it really just goes down to a 3-weight division. I'm not sure if he is lineal. His competition. He beat Dogbe. He beat Nunes. He beat some other contenders. He's facing top 10 guys. He doesn't. I don't think he has another Hall of Famer on his resume. But you look at Snackford pre-Canelo. I mean, his resume was super thin. Adrian Broner is another guy, super paper thin resumes. I think Adrian Broner's best win was Paulie Malignaggi. Dron Ennis couldn't cut off the ring against Karen. Yeah, you know what? All that stuff, the cutting off the ring, is a little overrated because, look, man, we've seen William Skull, right? When he faced Canelo, a guy, if he chooses to run, he can run. We got to stop with, cutting off the ring and shit. I mean, look, you can cut it off to a point, but at the same time, if a guy is really doing his best not to engage, it's going to be tough. He's going to make you look bad, But yes, you do have to have the ability to cut off the ring. But you also got to be able to throw the punches too. I mean, you can cut off the ring, but if you don't let your hands go, then, you're going to lose the fight. Sugar Nunes, you've seen what he tried to do. Nobody cares about Canelo now. Well, I don't believe so. Canelo is coming back. Vaquero is actually asking for to be on the Canelo versus the World fight in September. So hopefully he gets that. Clinching and running are not skills. I agree. It's tough out there, man. A lot of these guys, you've seen that guy Tamir Smalls. We've seen a perfect example of, they call it sweet science, jab and grab. The guy he got along with looking the part, right? That's how he got along, looking the part. But it wasn't anything pretty. Anybody could just run around the ring, We seen Jake Paul do it against Anthony Joshua, a pro heavyweight boxer, and he lasted, what was it, 8-9 rounds. So Frankie, salute Bulbous. Thank you. Hit the like, guys. Hit the like. Let's get it up. But all Mexican war, man. Navarrete showed up, showed out. Ablito drowned him. Exactly, man. That's the classic Mexican style, right? They call him a flat-footed Mexican. They just rock him, sock him. He just comes forward. But Ablito showed skills. That's what I've been saying. Navarrete showed skills. It takes more skills to stand and trade and knock a guy out than it does backfooting and running. And I'm going to stand on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to die on that hill. My pound for pound is who I want to see. I don't give the credence to most skills, more athletic. Oh, he boxed him. Domination. What Vaquero did was domination. That's how you dominate another man. Jose Ramirez, thank you. Frankie, salute. Hit the like. I will be dropping the link later, but I just wanted to cook on this and let me ask you guys what you think. You know, they promoted this as the Mexican war. It's two Mexican warriors. They're gonna give it everything, and for the most part, they did. Right? Nunes was backfooting it. It was a masterclass. Yeah, that is a beat down. That's how you beat somebody down, right? That is boxing. That is my opinion of what boxing is and should be, and when it's entertaining. This is what I'm gonna say, man. Frank Bay, it's gotta be entertaining. That is my pound for entertainment. When I tune in on a Saturday night, you know, I got my beer, I got my food, whether it's pizza, carne asada, whatever. You know, I want to be entertained. I don't want to be bored. You know, when I have people watching, if it's a big fight, I'm hoping it's entertaining so they want to see it again. That is real belt to ass. Yes, that's what I'm saying. And here's my point. You know, El Vaquero, he came in meaning business. You know, you guys seen the tape, you've seen the videos, him coming looking like a cowboy, all black, looking like the Terminator. You know, he meant business. Because he had let us down in the past. You know, I know he gets flack for the Charlie Suarez. I know people want to see that. But I'm here to tell you it's probably not going to happen. Don't hold your breath, you know. Danny's still down bad from Tio's horrible performance. It was pretty bad. And who are you referring to with Danny? Nobody cares about that war zone Mexico. Well, apparently you do. You know, apparently you do. But, you know, people were excited. They said that they all Mexican showdown. But here, I'm going to say something. I don't think it's controversial, but it might be. But it's like, why are the Mexican warriors, why are they put under pressure to entertain? You don't see this in the Eastern Europeans. You don't see that with these slick Americans. You don't see them promoted as having to entertain. What they try to tell you with these two Mexican warriors, it's must watch, it's entertaining, you're gonna be thrilled, it's gonna be blood, and it was all blood and guts. You know, Nunes fought his ass off, you know, fighting with a shut eye. His eye was shut. But do you notice the difference? And this what irks me, man. It really grinds my gears. This is why I do it, why I come to this mic. You guys listen, hopefully hit the like and you like what I'm saying, but it really is substance. It really is boxing knowledge. Is what I'm saying, I believe, because I want to say that this is the entertainment, right? And they promote it as such, but you don't hear or see this with other type of fighters, right? You don't hear them talking about it be a war. Actually, when it's boring, they tell you, oh, you just don't understand. It's a sweet science match. You know, Pro Box just had a card, right? Salute John Blaze. Thank you. Pro Box just had a card, and they were promoting it as no runners, no holders. Why did you block? I didn't block him. You know, I think he just realized he was never gonna win. Beamers ruined Cal. Oh, you're saying Ruben Aguilar is dangerous. So Pro Box, no runners, no holders. You know, Zuffa Boxing is promoting entertainment. They're promoting KOs. They're promoting fight of the night. So they want entertainment. Crips are lazy everywhere. Hey, man, look, when it comes to the sport of boxing, you gotta perform. We seen this guy Tamir Smalls. They're trying to promote him as a slick style kind of guy, most skills, the flat-footed Mexican coming to lose, get out, and he was down 4-0. We seen it play out before our very eyes. He was down 4-0, right? And they were just gonna glaze this guy. But this is boxing. This is the sport of boxing. It's punishing the guy muy machismo. You know, hey, motherfucker, I'm going to hit you. Ramos was swinging for the fences. That's what we want to see. That's exciting. I was on my chair. You know, he rocked him. I don't know if it was the 6th or 7th round. He caught him with that big overhand right, and that changed everything. Changed everything. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, and Elijah Pierce, another guy, kind of slick Kane. You know, he got rocked. You know what I'm saying? And that's the sport, man. We watch it to see some bloodshed, to see somebody get their block knocked off. And if you're a guy that says, oh, well, they're putting their life on the line and this and that, then you shouldn't be in the sport. It's the pain game. When I went to the gym, I didn't go and ask not to be hit. You know, I was thrown in and you're expected to fight. And if you don't fight, they pull you out of the ring. The Corn brothers fear the brothers. And you know what? See, that's such a misconception. It's like you're put down for working. You know, at least the paletero man, you know, the guy selling fruit, he's earning $1. He's not out robbing, stealing, and killing. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the twisted mentality of these guys. They'll put down the working man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what boxing was created for. Boxing was at one time the biggest sport in America. It really was. And it was about being muy machismo. You know, who's the tougher guy? It looks like we might be getting back. The brothers fear the Cholos and the Edgars. Now we're getting into some race wars. No, man, it's not a race war. It's mentality. It's mentality. But does he go out to entertain the fans? Does he care about the fans? Because we got guys like Shakir Twitterson saying fuck the fans. You know what I'm saying? So we got a race war in here, but it's fine. It's fine. Look, I encourage it. I encourage us to talk about these things, you know, because they're telling us, you know, the Zone was saying all Mexican showdown, even Sergio Mora talking about an all Mexican showdown. What did you guys think about the Jordan Martinez and Cardenas fight? You know, I guess there was an undercard fight where it was controversial. Yeah, I seen the Jordan kid. He's a little slickster. He was trying to be a kind of a slick guy, you know, but I thought it was close. You know, I was watching here and there. I'm doing shit, but I thought Cardenas was landing the harder shots. He was getting out slicked. But how do you guys score fights, man? I score punishment. I score who's landing the harder thudding shots. I don't, you know, I'm tired of seeing all these flicking jabs. Best fight. Yeah. Jordan was outboxing him with a lot of movement, but he was taking shots as well. So, you know, I'm seeing a lot of people say robbery, but he was getting pieced up too. Pierce received a 6-piece and a soda. Yeah, it was like brutality, right? Good card overall. Yeah. It was a good card because we actually seen an upset. You know, we're lucky we didn't. I thought they would rob Ramos for sure. I'm like, oh, they're gonna rob him for sure. It was salute. What's up, Frankie? Thank you. Hit the like. I thought they, you know, but it was pretty fair. And then Emiliano Vargas, right? Cha-ching, man. The guy's solid gold, man. He's spitting out gold bricks out his ass, you know? What did you guys think about Emiliano? Because I'm seeing a lot of split opinions on him. Yeah, Jay low-key grape soda, bro. Okay, we're having a LA style race riot in here, but it's okay. I encourage it. Again, this is a place where we can be honest, right? Nobody knows who you are behind them. Nobody knows who I am behind them. Mike, I don't know who you are in the chat. We only know each other through talking boxing, but it's more than boxing, right? Like, we're talking about culture, race, where you're from. You know, it's fine. Emiliano is the truth. Cardenas was letting harder punches. Martinez, exactly. That's why I had a problem with the outright Cardenas, Rod Martinez. I'm like, no, Cardenas was you could tell. Look, man, he's gonna land one and take two, and that's kind of the sport of boxing, right? 1, 2, tap tap, or I'm gonna land a thudding body shot, and it's really about the eye, right? We're watching from our TV, but if you're ringside, a judge, you more hear the thudding shots. And that's the crazy thing. Like, you heard the thudding shots of Manuel Navarrete I'm trying to play it for you, but you heard the thudding shots. Emiliano draw. I also had it. And again, it always goes back to how you score it. And that's why I'm glad Abel Ramos got it, because you could see he was trying to take that motherfucker Tamir Small's head off. I'm giving points for that. I'm not giving points for a guy when as soon as Tamir Smalls was throwing, he was bailing out. You know, Devin Haney does that a lot. Shakir Stevenson does it all the time. When he throws, he's bailing out. Another Mexican hype job exposed. So you think Emiliano's a Mexican hype job? Well, he's Mexican-American, right? So he has that going for him. He has the looks. One thing I thought was that I thought he had more power. Maybe it was an illusion because he's fighting smaller guys. You know, they're bringing him up. But I thought he had more power. The one thing I was concerned about Emiliano, Emilio Garcia are better than Emiliano. I know you said that. White is right. White is right, right? Yeah, everybody forgets about the white guy. You know, white guys matter too, man. You know, boxing is all inclusive now. It's global. I've talked to a few boxing YouTubers already, and they said that Smalls got name them names, Hawker. Maybe I'll play it where they say that. Name them names, and we might do an episode. Quintana was a killer. He beat Mark Castro. Yeah, he was not an easy out. You could tell the guy had a chin. He had some pop. He wasn't as skilled, but he was definitely dangerous. Vargas will get splattered at the world level. See, there it is, man. A lot of Emiliano Vargas doubters. Now, I'm not going to say that you're wrong, you know, but at the same, I'm going to hype him because I think he showed me a lot. He showed me a lot. Smalls definitely lost fair and square. He got his ass beat, man. He got his fucking ass beat. He was running and holding for dear life at the very end. That's a beaten man. He had nothing. He's used to fighting probably guys who threw laid down for him, and he just pity patted and run all night. That's what I'm saying, man. Vargas has the skill still. Yeah, he's only 21. He's only 21. Idiate is fighting on the undercard of Arnold Barboza. Yeah, I've seen that. That will be a card in next month. Barboza's coming back. Not too much of a fan, but hey, you know, we'll have to see him how he does against a slick style Sims. But we shall see. Hit the like. Lord Chilaquiles, boxing will never leave you. So Navarrete, man. Navarrete. Is he pound for pound? I got a couple yeses. Somebody said no. But is he pound for pound entertaining? Is he pound for pound must watch? I say yes. He's definitely above Devin Haney. Definitely above him. Because you can't tell me one thing that Devin Haney showed in terms of skills, man. Abdullah Mason got an easy belt. Hey, that's the top ranked weight. You know, I was thinking about it the other night, you know, because they were talking about Emiliano and he should get a belt. And Top Rank knows how to do it, man. You know, Xander Zayas, he had a fight, I believe it was against like Mark Teixeira, and another nondescript fight. And nobody thought was saying he's going to be pound for pound or that he was going to be get a championship. And then all of a sudden, he's unified. That's the top ranked weight. They know how to make it happen. Same thing with Abdullah Mason. He was getting dropped last year or the year before that. He was getting fucked up. Now all of a sudden he's a champion. Now he's the real deal. Nah, man, it's the matchmaking. It's the way that they move you. It's being able to get a good shot at a title against a less than dangerous opponent, you know. That's how you move in boxing, right? You can move strategically in the sport of boxing. Kid Austin is fighting a more dangerous guy, Lucas Body, and you're basing, yeah, because he knocked out that guy Salve or something like that on Netflix in a horrific. The guy Body was getting his ass beat, and he landed I looked like a lucky punch. Maybe it was skill, but yeah, Kid Schofield on the cusp of become a champion. I don't want to name the name because I like the guy, so I don't want to put him on blast. He said, although it was boring, Smalls clear. Come on, man, you can't say that. Okay, look, if you don't want to say the name, give a hint. How about that? And how can you like someone that says that just lies to your face, that spreads propaganda? You know, maybe he did think, but you know, that just tells you that the kind of style of boxing that they like. But look, man, if I hear someone say that, and I know it's clearly propaganda, I'm sorry, I can't listen anymore. But it to each his own. Lucas Body is more dangerous than Sam Noakes. Lucas Body, he's definitely, I'll say this. Look, man, he's a dangerous opponent for a guy like Schofield who you don't really know what you have. Because we've seen Schofield get fucked up by Tellez. You know, he's hyped because, again, in boxing, you're only as good as your last fight, right? He knocked out Tevin Farmer, who gave Cepeda problems, so now he's super hyped. But this boxing, man, see, that's how it works, man. Smalls got his ass beat. Thank you. He got his ass beat. Was he out boxing the first 4 rounds? Yeah, and you know what? That's what the guy Hawker, that's what the guy's probably trying to say, is he's trying to make the 4 rounds as if it was the whole fight, and he's trying to say, well, he got the first 4 rounds, and then he maybe got 1 or 2, so you could say he won or got a draw. So I know that typical jive talk, you know, they try to convince you off some like false logic, like it's logical but it's false. You can have a false logical positive, right? That is a thing in logic. Greg Hackett, keep it 100. He had a 96 for it, able to draw. And yeah, I know that guy, I'm not a fan, but you know, he kind of has to keep it real because he has a bigger platform, and he knows that if he said what he really wanted to say, he'd get called bullshit on. So I think he knew that he couldn't do what he wanted to do. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, people will want to do something, but they know, nah, that's pushing it. How about, so give us a hint, man. Abdullah, man, got also multiple times dropped by that little, yeah, he was out on his feet, man. He was lucky to have came away with that. Well, I didn't actually see the Smalls fight. I was doing other thing. I was driving, listening to his live stream a little bit. Yeah, well, you know, look, man, all you need to see is the highlights. Abel Ramos, he lost the first 4 rounds and then came on strong. You know, that was the game plan. And he did it boxing. It wasn't absolute war. He did it smart and intelligently. So, see, this is a guy who believes the propaganda. Danny Medina, 7-3 for Smalls. There's no way. Come on. See, this is the type of shit we gotta put to bed, man. Gotta put that BS to bed. Hit the light. So Navarrete, Hall of Famer, pound for pound. What does he do next? Who do you guys want to see him fight next? Should it be Oshaki Foster? Is that a big fight? Should he read Danny Zaraza hater? Everybody is, man. Everybody is. And, you know, that's a good thing. They hate us because they ain't us. Smalls got his ass whooped. And I'm glad, man. You know, it's about time that we don't reward back foot bitching. That's the route that we're going. We cannot reward back foot bitching anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's about time we don't reward that shit. It's about time it starts getting punished. Bobus, it should be Charlie Suarez. You know, I know a lot of people are gonna say that, but it's not gonna happen, brother. It's not going to happen. Navarrete, why would he rematch Charlie Suarez? I know some of you guys don't like to hear, but it's not a big fight anymore. And what has Charlie Suarez done? Is he just sitting waiting? I was thinking about that. I'm like, is he trying to just sit and wait and pray and hope he gets the rematch? Zurdo versus Benavidez is the biggest fight on the schedule. So I dropped the link, hit the like. If you want to come on and talk about Navarrete, there's also the Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney going back and forth. You know, will they fight? Won't they fight? They're all puffing smoke. Keisha Davis calling out Pitbull. Shakir Twitterson's actually been silent. He hasn't said anything. Navarrete. Usyk fighting a kickboxer. How do you guys feel about that? Does he deserve it? Does he get a pass in your guys' eyes? Hit the like. You know, this is what we do it for, man. We do it for the people, man. For the conversation. Right? It's all a conversation. Do you feel Navarrete is a pound for pound fighter? Is it because of his style? I mean, the guy entertains, he produces. Regis Probate got rocked by Pillow Fisted Jojo. Oh, and then there's the Conor Ben Jojo thing. You know, I think the last time I was live was like a week ago. So it's kind of hard to get to the mic, man. So, but at least when I do, there's some things to talk about, the things to go over. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao fighting. Are you guys interested in that? Yeah, man. What's next for Navarrete? Oh, Richardson Hitchinson, that debacle. Oscar Duarte is saying he's not getting paid. Regis Prograis and Richardson Hitchinson. Oh, okay. I don't know. You're confusing me. So Navarrete, man, who should he fight next? Should he unify? Well, Oh, it was the other champion is Chaz Dickinson, and he's supposed to fight Casase. That's what someone mentioned, but it looks like that fight might not happen because Dickinson is stuck where he's at because of the war going on. Jojo welterweight now don't make sense. Haney's scared to fight Ryan because he isn't the A side of her. Shock. So you feel Navarrete should fight Ostanky Foster? I'll say this, man, about that fight, that potential fight, right? This is Ostanky Foster. He had a good, he won convincingly against Stephen Fulton, but it was at like 135. It wasn't his weight. You know, the guy's very lackluster. You know, if you go watch the Conceição fights, he lost. And he lost because he doesn't do much. He cried when he was outlanded like by 100 punches. Vaquero beats Shock easily. I hear what you're saying, and I do think Vaquero would win, right? Because the way he looked last night, he looked unbeatable. For the people that are talking about it, right? Let's take out Espinoza. Espinoza, no, we don't want brown on brown crime. Let Espinoza clean up at 126. But see, this is what they do. They want to throw Espinoza so they can knock each other off. Peep game. I dropped a link for you guys. If you were excited by Navarrete, did you think it was a good stoppage? Some people said it was a bad stoppage. They should let it go on. Anthony Casase is a bad style match for Foster. Casase is tall and big for 130. Yeah, the guy's very strong, but I believe he is older. He is an old guy at 37. Now, he's not old, right? He's not old, but for boxing it is, right? Especially in these lower weight classes. A little old, little long in the tooth. New Vaquero with nutritionist. Yeah, imagine if the guy was on snack, man. Imagine if he was juiced to the gills. He might be number one pound for pound. Foster is fighting Ford next. That's probably a better matchup. And Vaquero can do what he wants, man. He's the shot caller. Shout out to Abel Ramos whooping another one of these runners. Thank you. That's what we were talking about. Lurking. Exactly, man. This is what I'm talking about, man. Look, man. Navarrete's pound for pound entertainment. Inui, pound for pound entertainment. You know, in my ratings, entertainment rates really high. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to go out and make me want to see you again. So Vaquero's talking about he wants to be on the Canelo Mexico versus the world. How do you guys feel about that? That would be pretty exciting if we could get I think it's gonna be who is else? Bannon Figueroa. He wants to be on Canelo versus the world, Mexico versus the world. Now Vaquero versus a solid fighter. That would be, imagine Canelo, Figueroa, and Navarrete all on Team Mexico versus the world. See, you know, they don't do that with anybody else. No disrespect to any other fighters, but you know, it's always expected that the Mexican warriors have to have a war. Why? You know, I was gonna say that. Why can't they just box? Why does the Mexican Latino fighter? Why are they are demanded that they put up a war? Nobody else is expected to do that. In fact, you get a pass for running and bitching around. I want Munguia versus Berlanga. Berlanga's too busy becoming a rap star or lullaby singer or love ballads. I don't know. That guy, I gave up on that guy a long time ago, man. He is not a serious person. He is not a serious fighter. But Nava can do what he wants. I agree, John Blaze. Hit the like. Nava is the shot caller. He's the money man. He's who people wants to see. It was a great crowd. A great crowd that night. A great crowd for the, what was it, in Arizona? Arizona was a great crowd. You know, you had another star in the making, Emiliano Vargas. What's next for Vargas? Do you guys want to see Emiliano go for a championship already? Or should they roll him out slowly? Inui is going to fight Shushu if he wins against Nakatani. Well, you know, they're already rolling out the Nakatani Inui fight, but yeah, you can't really get ahead of yourselves in talking about next opponent, because I know people are already talking about Inui steamrolls Nakatani, but don't be too sure, man, because you know, one fight don't make you. We always judge by how good are your last fight. So people are he's gonna be a huge betting underdog. but don't count them out. Is all I'm saying. Arizona holds them down for La Raza. Exactly. The brothers are taking L's. Well, in the media, you know they are. In the Emiliano against the former champ, that's a good one. That is that, yeah, because he was at 140, wasn't he? Christian Bielensid with the brother Brandon Gladden is, yeah, Obatai is fighting on Sunday. He's fighting Brandon Gladden, who More BC just mentioned. Are you guys excited? Are you Jews? Do you even care? Let me ask you, it's on a Sunday. Do you guys care for the Zuffa belt? Are you guys going to recognize Zuffa on Sunday? Is Obatai the champion of the world because he has a Zuffa belt? How do you guys feel about that? Are we going to now start recognizing Zuffa as a title belt? Does it replace the WBC, WBO, IBF, WBA? Is it part of? Is it now with them? No. Well, Obatai is the champion. So if he has a Zuffa belt, doesn't he have to be? More boxing. It is more boxing, but is quantity better than quality? Is Brandon Glanton deserving of an Obatai shot, a shot at the man? Now, I know what people will say. Well, Obatai has been ducked. Okay, but still, he's going to be holding the Zuffa belt. So does it register? You guys are boxing hardcores. I know you guys are hardcores. Only a hardcore would listen to me. Emiliano Vargas should fight Arnold Barboza. Oh, wow. That's a major step up. That is a big step up. You know what? Hey, but Emiliano's still on top rank, and I don't think Barboza would do that. That is a great suggestion. But for Barboza, he wants to go for a title. He doesn't want to waste for prospects. Yes, El Magic Salas. Oh yeah. That's right. It does have it looks like a good undercard. Zuffa has been putting on some very competitive matches. Yes, Hawker, you are correct. But again, quality. You know, if you got just journeymen and gatekeepers battling it out, that's cool. But where do they go? I mean, are they future world champions? Are they contending? Like, does Zuffa just throw anybody a belt? What happened to Demetrius Andrade and Beyonce Wilder? Well, Wilder's fighting it next month against Chisora. I'm not watching Zuffa till they sign the names. They got some names. They got Shane Mosley, El Rayo. But my question to you, John Blaze, is do you recognize it as the belt? As the belt? Or is it just part of the belts now? Barboza has a good fight in 2 weeks against Sims. It's more of a comeback fight. You know, Sims got beat by Durote. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Barboza's looking for bigger fish, you know, but he is a player. I didn't like how he fought Tio. It was very lackluster. But I don't know, man. I think he needs to look good. I don't want to see some boring, you know, masterclass. I'm sorry. I just don't. I'm not a believer in Barboza. Sims is solid. I get you. But Barboza needs to show some, you know, ganas, man. He needs to show like some passion. Like, I want to knock this guy out. I don't, he's too passive for me. I'm sorry. He pisses me off. You got the IBO, the WBO also. You got a W silver belt. You got international. Zuffa is just another belt in the alphabet soup. That's what I'm asking. But do you guys recognize it? So Obatai, when he gets the Zuffa belt, are you guys going to recognize it? I dropped the link, guys, so hop on. Usyk should be fighting Andy Ruiz, not this kickboxer. That, you know, Andy Ruiz hasn't done anything, though. I mean, I would too, but Usyk, he's getting paid handsomely. What is he supposed to do? Turn it down? Zuffa belt is nothing. Nobody respects that. Well, there's a lot of people that do. Blaze, I hear you. A lot of people are on the Zuffa train. Will Andy Ruiz ever return, though? When he puts down the Baconator. You know, Andy Ruiz, he doesn't do drugs. He doesn't beat women. He just loves food. Andy Ruiz, his biggest threat was food. His biggest opponent is food. The man loves his tacos. You know what I'm saying? And I think he liked the lean, too. If you guys remember lean, you know, that purple drink. You know, I think he had girl problems. So, but he's rich. He's rich for life. You know, those Anthony Joshua fights paid him for life. He's pretty much, and he's made some decent money. So as long as he doesn't go broke, you know, he could do what he wants. And he got pizza shops. Does he? Are they good? Where? Isn't he from didn't he train out of Riverside or something like that? what if the kickboxer is better than Andy Ruiz? Well, you know, he's a kickboxer. It doesn't matter, right? Usyk, look, this is his gimmick fight. You know, this is his clout fight. You know, he's taking an easy fight for money because, you know, he cleaned out his division. He can do what he wants. But, you know, they're saying this guy's a big guy and he's dangerous. So, but if you're the pound for pound heavyweight champion, it shouldn't be. So this is boxing news. Who's the current Mexican king? Gilberto Ramirez, WBO, WBA cruiserweight. Emmanuel Navarrete, WBO, IBF super featherweight. Christian Medina, WBO bantamweight. Amando Resendiz, WBA super middleweight. Espinoza, WBO featherweight. Jose Salas, IBF bantamweight. Roberto Garcia, IBF super flyweight. So they're as current Mexican world champion. Who is the Mexican king? I'm going to have to say Emmanuel Navarrete. But the Mexican war was pretty one-sided. What should, you know what we need to see more of is Rafael Espinoza. And what's Armando Resendiz going to do? You know, Wabaldo's supposed to fight Bam Rodriguez. What is Bam Rodriguez doing? Thank you, Eric Gomez. Bless, highly favored. Ryan Garcia, exactly. Ryan Garcia is in the news talking his shit, being pretty funny. He's talking about Shakira Twitter said. Let's see what Rai has to say.
Berlanga, this is a true story. Nobody knows. Edgar Berlanga pants Shakur in the amateurs. When he pants him, he had tighty whities on with shit stains on his underwear. And he I'm not even joking about this. This is not a joking about underwear. And he I'm not even joking about this. This is not a joke.
Which is okay though. A lot of
which is cool, like
okay, but don't.
Ryan is going on his troll. He's back to trolling. He's talking shit about Devin Haney.
I don't even want to call you beast. Happy to be back. Devin Haney will be next in line if we could figure it out. He got to know you're just not that guy right now. I don't even want to call you B-side. You might be Z-side. Shut the fuck up. If you want that run back, you could get it. Just know your place. Devin Haney,
Nah, don't
I've
say that.
declared war onto you.
Wow.
My first declaration of that war was yesterday. I've declared it. It's time. If you
That's
want
mine?
that work, you will get it.
No.
I will beat you worse this time, and you will feel something.
So they're going back and forth. What do you guys think about it? Should Ryan fight Devin Haney? Who should Ryan Garcia fight next? Now I'm hearing the rumors are that he's gonna Devin Haney and Rolly Romero are the rumors. How do you guys feel about that? What do you guys think about that rumor right now? Devin Haney and Rolly Romero are battling on Twitter right now. What do you guys think about that? Is it a duck if Devin Haney goes after Rolly Romero? I said this before. I don't think Devin Haney ever wants to fight Ryan Garcia again. Why would Devin Haney fight Ryan? Why would he and risk losing? It seems like Ryan is coming back. I guess he didn't hurt his hand too much. The link is in the chat. He thought he broke his hand, but he did not break his hand. So he's saying he's coming back in July. Who do you guys want to see Ryan Garcia face? Should he take Shakir Twitterson at 144? Should he try to make Devin Haney? What about Pitbull? I think Pitbull is a wild card. Pitbull beat Rolly Romero. That would be a good win. What do you guys think about that? Ryan Garcia and Pitbull. Davina legit still has PSTD. Ryan versus Boots. Wow, who is Jaron Ennis gonna fight? Eddie Hearn is talking about May, but there's no opponent. Virgil Ortiz still has legal trouble. So the Virgil Ortiz Jaron Ennis fight doesn't look like it's gonna happen. I mean, we doubted it, but it doesn't look like it's actually gonna happen. And they're still in legal battle. It's supposed to be April, so it's not gonna happen. Ryan versus Crocker unification. Crocker's injured. He was gonna get a tune-up bout or like a home bout against Liam Paro, and I believe it's off because Crocker injured himself. So Boots will end up fighting Madrimov. You know what? That's a good suggestion. That is a good prediction. That could be true, right? And it'll have to be Jaron Ennis stopping Madrimov, right? Because Virgil did better against Madrimov than Snackford did, but he didn't stop him. So if Jaron Ennis can get that fight and stop him, Virgil will end up fighting Conwell. That would be a disastrous fight. I don't like that fight at all. I think the rumors Virgil was talking about Fundora, but Virgil, he can't do anything. Virgil can't do anything until his legal troubles are over, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. So, a lot of shit going on, but a whole lot of nothing. Bam Rodriguez, Virgil Ortiz, Jaron Ennis, none of these guys. Spence, that was the rumor, Spence and Zoo, but now we haven't heard anything. So, it's just a lot of rumors, man. What is Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, all these Keyshawn Davis, just a lot of rumors. Pitbull, what is Pitbull gonna do? Boots is gonna fight at nobody in his next fight. Facts on facts. Tyson Fury fight coming up in April. Did look like a trash ass undercard. The Haney's gonna go dig up Victor Conte. Go find the secret stash. Virgil should fight Jermell Charlo. Yeah, he should fight all these guys. But see, the problem is he's in legal trouble. He's not fighting, and Oscar doesn't give a shit, man. But I mean, look, man, this has happened before. Mikey Garcia sat out 2 years. So this is normal for boxing when promoters and fighters, they battle it, or managers, whoever, coaches, managers, they have legal troubles, and the fighter pays, and he pays the most, right? Because he's still paying his trainer, maybe he's paying his nutritionist. He's still got to stay in shape in case he gets a fight. So it's unfortunate, but even when they, Bam Rodriguez, what is he doing? I haven't heard anything from him. I guess his contract was up. Then Zuffa tried to sign him. Isaac Lucero versus Boots. What about Jesus Ramos? Whatever happened to Jesus Ramos? Gosh, that PBC life, man. Where's Jesus Ramos? He should be on these turkey cards. No chilaquiles, no life. Exactly. Lord chilaquiles, boxing will never leave you. But see, that's the thing. Boxing will never leave you, right? Hit the like, hit the link if you want to hop on. That's the thing, man. Is like, especially Top Rank doesn't have a platform anymore. Well, they still have not had a deal worked out. Are they still on Tubi? Emiliano is with Top Rank. Ramos is intern. Yeah, but what is he gonna do, man? Janabek has been suspended for a year, but I believe he gets to keep one of his belts because he was unified. Carlos Adames and Amo Williams will be fighting. But the schedule's pretty thin, man. That this upcoming there's no big fights until Thurman and Fundora. Are you guys looking forward to that? That's a March fight, but nothing really going on, man. Jesus Ramos had to become champ at 160 because all the 154s ducked him. I believe that. The guy's dangerous. He can fight and he can box. He got robbed against Lubin. We know that, but he came back strong. Now he's an interim, right? So, but Ryan Garcia, do you guys think he comes back in July? Adames chose Amo Williams over Jesus Ramos. And Amo Williams, isn't he coming off a loss? He got his ass kicked, and now he gets a title shot again. So, yeah, that's some fuck shit. I don't know, man. This Amo Williams is a bum. Yeah. I mean, he got his ass beat by Shiraz. He comes back. His last fight was canceled, right? T-Swoof Gorlak will never leave you as long as you get her 3 big arch. You keep mentioning her, T-Swoof, and the thing is, she's paid, man. Hey, man, you might have to take one for the team. She throw 100 stacks at you. Hey, we've all done worse, right? No, but that's pretty gross. PBC not doing anything for... Exactly, man. That's the shit that pisses me off. Well, even Bam is stuck. He should be fighting. We're already going to be March, April, May. He'll be out like 6 months. Give me 1 second, guys. Well, shit. Damn. Sorry. I'm going to have to wrap this one up, man. And something just came up. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. Damn, sorry. I had to cut it short, man. We've been almost an hour, but we just wanted to cover Navarrete real quick, talk about Ryan. But I'll be back real soon, man. I try to get on here when I can. Want to thank everybody. John Blaze, T Swoof, More DC. Sorry to cut it short. Low key, Eric Gomez. But I gotta run. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.